Pacey. Welcome everyone to my old home, Bracken Ghyll Golf Club, with stupendous views, but treacherous golf course. You might be thinking, that's a lie. The course rating is 67.6, it's so easy. It is actually one of the easiest courses in the area according to course rating. However, it's not long, the greens are tiny, super undulating, so it's going to be a real tough ask to break par today, but I am ready for battle. Are you? Bit left, should be fine though. Better line into the green, I'll say that much. Good start. Not entirely sure what's going on with the bell in front of me, but I'm going over it. The tee shot was okay. Glad to see the pin towards the right hand side, so I've opened up the green. 95 yards. Slightly downwind I think, so a nice 56 should be plenty. Distance control was all over the show last time I was out, so I need some improvements. I think I just flown the green. What's happened to me? Man, 56 goes 95 yards max. It's almost like I pulled the wrong wedge, but I promise you I didn't. It's gone 113 yards and it's right next to its pitch mark. Something to consider going forward. And to be fair, these greens look great. It holds up well in winter, does Bracken Ghyll, but it needs to. It has been so wet recently. This feels familiar. That's absolutely delicious. Hitting greens are overrated, especially with my game. What a lovely way to start, considering just the usual 0 warm-up from your boy. Don't need the putter for that. Wouldn't have minded a bit of a practice, but ideally, you know, a 10-foot birdie putt maybe. All right, off we toddle, on to 2 level par in the same fashion as every round recently. Oh dear. I'm already going to have to apologise for the state of my golf shoes. I promised they were reasonably clean going on, it's just so wet. And I can't be bothered to clean them, I'm afraid. Interesting start. The wind is the opposite to what it normally is, which should hopefully mean the front 9 is easy, but the back 9 is going to be harder. This hole is semi-drivable, but it's so tight down and around the green, and the wind's that way and I hate it. So it's just a 4-iron down the left side, open up the green. That was a horrific swing. Hurt my fingers somewhat. It'll be absolutely fine, just down the left somewhere. I would love to say that I purposely hit my 4-iron poorly enough so that I didn't have the sand wedge again. That's not true. I've got about 103 flag, and if my calculations are correct, it's slightly into draft, so my 110 club should be fine here. I wonder whether I got a flyer on the first, but generally doesn't happen in the winter because the ball goes nowhere. Anyway, I don't think the tree's an issue. I'm going to play like it's not. Tree's not an issue. Lovely looking shot. Can't believe how nice the greens are looking. How? It's been awful weather. And no surprise, but my approach is long. I've just landed it here on top of the slope and it's dribbled down, so not by a million miles, but still going to leave me a tricky putt, which we all know I'm very good at negotiating. We are going to be good today. I can't believe how well that's rolled. Kudos to you, Bracken Ghyll. Except for the fact that I'm a little bit too far. Should be able to tidy up though. That's a very nice way to start, in fact, especially with the putter. Level par through 2. Good start. Now, if you asked me, this would be my most difficult hole on the course. I think it's about stroke index 4 actually. But it's such a tight tee shot. I cannot afford to do what I did on the first, that's for sure. Well, that's 1,000,000% going to be down the fairway. That's wonderful. Now that was a memorable tee shot, but you will notice I'm not in the fairway. So they're now using fairway mats here, which is new to me, but they wouldn't give me one because there'll be no one in the pro shop when I finish. So I just have to move it to the semi, which is fine by me. I'll just go to the nearest side. Now I have 147, which is a little off an 8-iron, and I've no idea if it's the right club or not. Just hope that I'll strike it well. That's wonderful. Please be the right number. I think even that's a little bit long, but I think I'm putting and I'm delighted with it. Some trademark sublime views there for you viewers. I'll tell you what else is sublime. I have something very special coming up in the coming weeks and months, courtesy of my lovely friends at Dream Golf Holidays. I won't say too much, but make sure you're subscribed. All will be revealed in good time, trust me. It's worth it. And again, distance control, not great. I just couldn't see any world where the 9-iron was getting there. And I've got a slightly uphill putt with about 10 feet of right to left, if I'm not mistaken. Another pretty good attempt. That was going to be very hard to lay dead. But I think we're now putting back up the slope, albeit left to right. And the benefits that I don't see all too often of hitting the ball past the hole is you see how the ball reacts. So I know this is going to be just outside the left edge with decent pace. Sorry for showing my body. Just crept in. Not my most aggressive putt, but when are they ever? That's a lovely par, I'll be honest with you. I smashed the drive and still had an 8-iron in, which is unusual on this course. Level through 3, good start. I don't know if you'll be able to, but I can just make out the flag stick through the trees on the left. The wind is that way, which I absolutely hate, I'm not going to lie to you. And they've changed the mat, so how am I supposed to tee this up here? I'm going to be falling off the mat. That's annoying. Well, this is awkward, but we'll have to make it work. Hopefully I can still transfer my weight. I don't mind missing this right, that is the miss. So I'm aiming just left of the flag. Oh, that's not just left of the flag, that's a pull. I didn't hear anything, I struck it quite well. So we might be on the left edge of the green. Might being the operative word. I'll tell you what, sometimes when you've been somewhere so many times you kind of forget, but that is magnificent. I can't believe how nice the weather is actually. And my tee shot's past pin high. Don't know why I was panicking. Got the 52 just to bump it in a little lower, try and get it to release up the hill, albeit downwind, so tricky but doable. That was a bit stabby. Not the best result. Took a bit of a divot, which I don't really do with the chipper. Can't get my words out, standard. Let's go hole a putt. That's a tremendous putt. Wow, that's a confidence boost for me. We all know I struggle with the putting, so seeing that is just wonderful. 1 under par. Not my cleanest birdie, but who cares? This is a very difficult par 3, albeit we're on the forward tee. It's 169 playing 150, and I think it's just straight left to right wind. So I've got my 160 club. Not a dissimilar shot to the third, just aiming way further left. I've towed it. It started at the flag and now it's drifting right of the green. It looks short, there is a bunker lurking over there and I might well be in it. Not gonna lie, was praying that there'd be a GUR sign, but there's not. This is wet and compacted, so no idea how it's gonna react. And this might be relatable to a lot of people. As a drawer of the ball, I'm accustomed to aiming either at the flag or just right of it. So when I have to aim left, I feel like I'm stood open. and then my swing changes to be more across. So I just hit a slice like I did there. Rant over. If I can get this up and down, I'd be absolutely delighted. Yep, the whole shot was a mystery to me there, but at least we've got a par putt. Hold one of a similar length on the last, so I see no reason why we can't do it again. It was a good putt. I thought it was just going to get kicked left to right more. Damage done off the tee, I think. Not done too badly there. Could have brought a massive number into play out of that bunker, but I didn't. Back to level. Unfortunate. I'm enjoying the challenge here. Have to say, there's a lot of scoring opportunities like this hole, but some other holes where you're just happy to get off with a par. The previous hole being one of those, which I didn't do. And I've got one of my clubs that I don't love, but I'm pretty confident that I can draw it, so I'm going to aim straight up the mat. If it goes straight, we should be fine. And if it draws like I'm hoping, we might get on the green. Oh no. Well, I was expecting more lumber than that, which is both a good thing and a potentially horrendous thing. Hopefully I can find it. I promise you, no funny business. This deserved so much worse. It was like coming in at speed and going down there, where I probably would have found it but wouldn't have had a shot, and I have absolutely no problem here. This tree's going to be a bit flirty with me, but I don't have any trouble with backswing. 80 yards. Can I make the most of that good fortune is the question. Oh, I definitely hit the tree then. Didn't think it was an issue. It just sort of pulled me left, but I'm on the green. Of all the eventualities, that's a great one. Who knew that all it would take for me to get my distance right with the 56 was to utilise a tree in my backswing? Unconventional, but it's worked. Not a particularly hard putt, just straight up the hill, and I'm usually rubbish at these, but not today. Pacey. What? I mean, you stinking golf course, how dare you? One thing I will say, in winter they put those stupid plastic rims in the hole, and I feel like that screwed me. Tell me if I'm wrong. I was ready to celebrate. Unfortunately, it's just a 4, but after the tee shot, I can't complain. Just have a little think about what just happened. Right, well, after a 70 or so yard plod to the 7th, I'm still none the wiser. Just going to have to forget about that. Now, is the 7th a driver hole? Maybe not, but it is downwind today. So it is, and I'm going to show you why in about 8 seconds when this lands in the middle of the fairway, or so I hope. I've tugged it again. Stay there. Oh, that's going to be rather dicey. Just a bit tuggy on the drives, looking for a bit of fade, not finding it. Not a driver hole, as it turns out. Fair to say I'm living a charmed life. This is normally like Jumanji in here, but it's been cut back, which is nice. Just for me. Got about 90 yards, slightly downwind. So I'm just going to hack a 56 at it. I can't really tell what's loose and what isn't, so I'm not moving any of them just in case. Well, that was safe. Where's that going? Some might say it's like missing your mouth with a spoon, but it wasn't an easy shot. You could argue that's no less than I deserve, really. But this is very doable. You're going to see a lot of right to left with this chip, but every chance getting it close. Go in. Sit! Oh, sorry for shouting. A bit aggressive. Well, that's going to be a horrible putt, but maybe we can hold it. Just maybe. So I've strategically placed the camera there so you can see how difficult this putt actually is. Luckily I had one very similar to this on the third and made it, so that was good for the confidence. Ooh! I actually used the plastic rim to my advantage. Whether I deserve a par there, I'm not really sure, but I will sure as heck take it. Still level, somehow, one way or another. For once, I'm stood on the tee, slightly questioning the driver, which is not like me. Luckily, this hole is left to right wind, so the pulls I've been having should be mitigated here. If I can get it over those bushes, which I definitely can, it'll be fine over there. But I'm just aiming at the left side of them. Hit a little fade. Well, I've hit a pull fade. That's going to be okay. It's actually ended up just on the right edge of the bushes as opposed to starting there. But it's in play. Nearly lost a shoe in the swamp walking down then. That would have been entertaining. Luckily I didn't, and my shoe and feet are dry. 57 yards this is playing. Gonna have to get quite cute with this, but it is downwind, so I think the flop will get there. Well, that's the safe option. It's drifted right and it's short and it's kind of rubbish. Well, was that necessary? Absolutely not. But was it fun? Yeah. And to be fair, I've got every chance of holing this as much as I probably would with a 15-footer. So let's bring that to fruition. Oh, it just snuck a bit further right and a bit further on. Not a tap-in, I'll make it. Nobody panic, least of all me. May well be made to look like an idiot here if I'm not careful. Just a little right to left, which is what I read. Okay, 4 it is. Yet more question marks, but it is what it is. Fair to say it's been a topsy-turvy encounter so far, but to be honest, I don't remember the last time it wasn't. Last hole of the front 9, if I can make par here I'll be a happy man. Par 3s are quite hard here. It's playing about 150 right to left wind, so aim it up the right, pins on the front left, draw it in there. That's wonderful, please be good. That could be unbelievable. Have I lost my tee again? Yes. Very close to Celestial, just hopped backwards slightly. But I do have an uphill putt for my 2, and that would be a lovely way to bookend this 9 holes. Quite a bit of right to left, mind you. I thought I'd given that plenty, it was very slow. Historically the wettest green on the course, even though it's one of the highest. I don't understand that part about it. Good par, I'm very happy with that. Definitely a banana skin hole there. Level par front 9. Similar or better on the back, please. Well, let's face facts, that could have gone either way and I was swaying towards over par, so I'm quite impressed that I've managed to keep that to level. 10th hole, just a short one, and it's downwind, so 125 equals about a 120 shot here. Matt's pointing exactly where I want to aim, so that helps. Hopefully the distance is good. Very pleased with that one. Maybe 9 or 10 feet for the birdie. Straight in the middle with pace as well. Unusual, but delightful. 1 under. Right, this is going to be a battle. We're into the wind and I'm being let through, so no waffling. Just pump this down the left with a fade, I think. I'm off the mat again. That's my best drive of the day, if not ever. Woo, that went well. Great drive that. I've just wiggled off to the left, so I'm not on the fairway again. 126 playing 122. I think it's into the wind, so I probably need 130 at least. So I'm going to try and drive my wedge in, start just right of it and hit a draw against the wind. Well, that's exactly what I meant to do. Needless to say, that is an enormous divot, and I've gone long again. I just wanted to explain the reasons why I decided to leave the club, actually. It wasn't because I didn't enjoy it. I loved the people. I've missed the course, actually. Now I've come back for the first time. But I just wanted to play more different golf courses because of the YouTube stuff. Things were going nicely. I just wanted to try something different. So there we are. Loving every second of this, even though my wedge has gone 135 yards, which it never does. Keep going. Majestic, I love that. Green's superb, I can't believe it. Tapping with the 52, good for the putting stats. Still 1 under, wowzers. Hold on to your hats, golfers. This is the longest par 4 on the course. Even from here, it's 410 yards. Into the draft as well, which is not normal for this hole in particular. 2 lusty blows required. That's a good one, just up the right edge, so I won't have to move my ball very far, if at all. That's the lovely town of Ilkley you can see in the distance. And in other news, I am losing snot at a crazy rate. So I've just had a nice drink and a banana to refuel, always a good idea. 141 flag, slightly into the wind off the left again, so I'm going straight at it with an 8. Right of the flag is definitely better than left of it. No, hold it wind please, please hold it wind. Oh no, just drifted off the left. Not a particularly good shot in the end. I'd honestly love to say that I hit it over here on purpose so you can see that stonking view of Beamsley Beacon, but it was simply a case of right idea, wrong execution from me. So this is going to be tricky. Downwind, not much green to work with. Time for a bit of a flop, I think. It's a bit much. Oh, it's very soft, so we have a chance. Just came out hot. I was going to say in competition this would be stroke index 2, so I'd get a shot off 3.1, but I don't. I would get 1 shot, possibly even none off these tees, so tough school. Just sort of puts into context how important that course rating actually is. I just don't believe it's 115 or whatever it actually is. Oh, it dove left. Wow, that kept going left as well. That's a real shame. Half the time today I feel like I played the hole like an absolute donkey and made par. Not done a whole lot wrong there and come away with a 5. That's golf for you. That's a crying shame. Back to level, so it's not the end of the world. A short par 3 here, and the difficulty usually means that it's into the wind, which it isn't today, it's down. Which makes it tricky because I'm not used to playing this sort of yardage. But it also means the par 5s are into the wind, so it's going to be a battle. Start just right of it, there's not much room left. Try and draw it, and if it stays straight, that's okay. Yeah, that's really nice, I think. The distance is good. That's really, really good. It could be about 4 feet. But I've been wrong before. Right, this pitched about pin high and just dribbled to the back, but a very makeable opportunity. I'm happy with the result. See if I can knock one in. Confidence is pretty high for once with the putter. Not my best. It's ended up behind the hole. Neither was that little club flip. Don't know why I did that. However, if I can come away with pars on the remaining holes, I'll be a happy man, to be honest. I'd obviously be happier if I made some birdies, but Par 5 upcoming, here's my chance. Close but no cigar, but here we go. Par 5, one of only 2 on the course, and they're both very long. I mean, this plays massively downhill, but it's 500 yards. Normally down off the right, which I love. Not so much today when it's into off the left. That's an unbelievable tee shot. Oh yeah. I'll definitely be having a pop at it from there. That was one of the best strikes of my life. Right, I've wiggled over into the semi again. My tee shot was in the fairway, but just to put into context how well I struck that drive, it carried 267 and a total of 268. So that's winter golf for you. Got to leave your ego at home, I think. 210 playing 190 to this flag. Into off the left again, so I'm going to aim just left of the flag. Good 5-iron required. Stick it on the green would be a nice result here. Oh, that's going to need more help than just the wind. It's really trying. It was hit really nicely, I almost hit it too well. Be a chip up the green, not too difficult, hopefully. I was starting to get worried there. My ball was plugged, a bit shorter than I was expecting, but the wind is kind of more into than off the left, so that's fine. Found it now. Good opportunity, lots of green to work with. Sloping away from me, a bit right to left, so should help me get it to the hole at least. That's not what I intended whatsoever. Oh, that's really poor from me. How disappointing, just decelerated. That's a delicious roll. How can you be short? Oh no. Good putt. Bit unlucky, just really slowed at the end. Disappointed, yeah. One thing I will say is the putter feels great. It's funny how just one little tweak can make all the difference. 15th, lucky for me, tees up, makes it a lot easier, and so does the wind. It's about 350 with the slope. Good drive required, as usual. Oh, that was a hideous strike. Luckily it was a heely one that's just arced left to right. Fine now. Look at the state of my feet. That is a steep hill to begin with, and it's like a skating rink. I'm ruined. Gonna have to compose myself. I've got 110 it's playing to the flag. Slightly downwind, so it should just be a nice 52. Oh, that'll be plenty of club. Lovely strike. Yeah, that looks quite nice. Maybe 15 feet left of it. That's a joy to see. My hero Peter Finch would be proud. Sublime distance control. This would be massive if I could knock this in. Normally I can't see it, but today, feeling it. Saying that, there's 3 feet left to right. Snap. All right. A bit of an overborrow, but overall quite a nice putt. Can quickly get away with it. It can quickly get away from you, rather, if you start it low. I don't mind a par there at all, and a terrifying tee shot awaits. I say terrifying, actually. You just cannot miss left because it's all out of bounds up the entirety of the left-hand side. You can hit it anywhere up the right. I've done that and then had a complaint made about me, even though I shouted. I'm not sure what I was supposed to do, but anyway. Just pound it up the left and hope it stays on the fairway. Oh no. I'm on the corner again. Well, that's safely in bounds, but it's going in the middle of the trees. Probably going to be a layup, but it's safe-ish. Well, this is exciting. There's only really one option here, and there's a lovely runway, so this could look really cool or really foolish, but 4-iron, low, through the gap, try and get it somewhere down there. A little low, but not bad. Definitely could have been worse, that's for sure. Annoyingly, with those winter rules, I was in the fairway, but I'm closer to the right side. I had a much better angle from the left. But that's my fault, not anyone else's. I've got about 100 to the flag. So I'm just going to aim slightly left of it and try and hit it 100, I think. Sounds easy. Line's lovely. Is it enough? Only just. Not sure at what point these become must makes, but I'd love to hold it, I really would. To get me to 1 under. No, that was a pull. Didn't have the legs anyway, just a fairly poor putt all round. Not the best played hole, haven't taken care of the par 5s as I'd like. And we'll stay level with 2 to go. This then is a signature hole here at Bracken Ghyll, and it's deceptively tricky. Really hard to get the yardage right, and the green slopes so severely back to front. Luckily it's quite slow, so don't have to worry if I'm long too much. And it should be a perfect 50 at 125. And that's a tiny pull. I'm still green bound. Yeah, it's on. It'll be a straight uphill putt. It's just not what I was hoping for at this stage. Well, if I wasn't half frozen and had a cap, I would doff it to Rob Walker and his team. Big shout out to those guys. I'm amazed at how good these greens are. They're better than I remember, and considering the January weather we've had, just spectacularly good. Really enjoyed myself. Trying to say good things to help nurture this ball to its home in the cup. Go. Yeah, that was not great. For the first time today, really, a poor first putt, I feel like. Not what you wanted for par. Concentrate. Oh, that was terrifying. But navigated relatively safely. Level par up the last, and it's a drivable-ish par 4, so we can get under par, come on. I'm going to guess there's a few of you out there that have played Bracken Ghyll, and you will know that that is a steep hill to this tee, so I've taken a moment. I'm ready. I feel like in this weather I'm going to struggle to get it there, but it's semi-drivable. I'm going to certainly give it a whack, that's for sure. I'll need to flush it. Well, I leaned back a bit. It's heading towards the right bunker, probably short of it. Yeah, not a bad miss. We can make birdie from there, hopefully. Needless to say, that was a bit of a tired swing. I am shattered. Such a steep hill to end. I really do hope you all enjoyed watching. It's been a pleasure to be back. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you, Bracken Ghyll. Great greens. Loved it. Love it even more if I could get up and down here to shoot 68. Oh, that's a bit firm, I think. Tell you what, not bad. Not my best. I was hoping for something incredible. Oh, 68 it is. What a way to end. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week for more vlogs. Goodbye.